Hello, Crosstown family. Thank you so much for joining us for our sermon recap. You may have noticed that I started this 2 weeks ago, starting a sermon recap, and I hope to do this more often. This Sunday, we had an amazing lesson by Braxtyn Brown. And that's who we have with us. How are you, Braxtyn?
Good, how are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you first start preaching?
I started speaking when I was 9.
Well, how old are you now?
I'm 13.
Oh, that's awesome. And so, I remember the first time I preached a sermon, it was when I was 12. And so I remember we used to go to this congregation and we used to conduct a service for them. And so I preached for about 25 minutes. And then we did the same thing at my home congregation, which has about 200 members. And I preached for 5 minutes. And so I was nervous wreck. But it is a fulfilling thing to be able to speak the message of Christ. And so I know you feel the same way. And so we're just going to recap over your lesson on Sunday. Is that okay? All right. So your lesson was entitled what?
Leaving a legacy.
All right. Leaving a legacy. And so that was really awesome. So what does a legacy mean to you?
Well, when you look up what it means to leave a legacy, then it's gonna say something. It's gonna be something that is passed down to another person, something that we're gonna leave behind, like a house, or it can be really anything. But what a legacy means to me is basically who we are in this life, and what are people is our goal for people to remember us, or is it for people to look at our lives and see Jesus instead?
Yeah, that's so amazing. And so what are we leaving behind? Like what is it that our focus is on in this life? And so really that legacy really gets us in that mindset of really, what do I want people to think about me when I'm gone? And so that is a legacy and something to really deeply think about. And so let me ask you this. What inspired you to choose this kind of topic, this lesson?
Well, this past summer, I went to a Christian camp, and the director had just recently passed away, and they did that week in honor of him, and they titled it Leaving a Legacy. And after that week, it made me think, we can leave this earth at any time. And it was just a real wake-up call for me, because I just don't feel like we say, see you tomorrow, or see you soon, when in reality, I may not see you on Sunday. I mean, the reality of it is we can leave this earth at any moment. And like I said, it was just a real wake-up call for me, and I wanted to share that message with others.
Oh yeah, that's just inspiring, and it's really touching. It touched a lot of people on Sunday, and just the idea of just thinking within ourselves, what kind of life am I living right now? If I left this earth today, what would people think about me? What would have been my life focus? Was it focused on Jesus, or was it focused on earthly things? And so really we all need that wake-up call to say, what legacy am I leaving behind? And so that's very inspiring. I really appreciate that. And everyone needs that kind of wake-up call. So what kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
Well, when I think about what legacy I want to leave behind, I think about, I want to be a servant, and I want to have that servant attitude, and my goal is to be as close to Christ as possible, because like I said in my sermon, we are all human. We can't possibly be perfect, but what we can do is try our best to look to Jesus for our example in our lives.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And one of the things that you mentioned in your sermon on Sunday was this phrase, and it really just stuck with me, that I'm just a nobody. Trying to tell somebody about somebody who can save anybody. And so it really shows how insignificant we really are, is, hey, my life should be focused on Jesus, spreading the message of Jesus, telling about what he's done for us. He died for us. He suffered for us. And so that's some of the things that you talked about. You talked about how if you look at the solar system, how small we really are, you know. And so we are really insignificant, but God is not. He is very important, and so that's who we should be seeking after. Mm-hmm. And so my last question is, if it was anything that you spoke Sunday, out of everything that you spoke on Sunday, what would you like everyone to remember about your sermon?
Well, when I got up here and I spoke about leaving a legacy, and I mentioned the song by Casting Crowns, Only Jesus. Mm-hmm. And I had heard that song on the radio before, and it was just really touching to me because, you know, we think that we have to do something really big so people can remember what we did in this life, but really we should be living so that when we pass from this life and people look at our life, they can see Jesus, and they can, someday, people can look to how we lived our lives as an example for how they can live their lives.
Most definitely. It makes me think about Ecclesiastes 12, where it talks about, here's the conclusion to the whole thing. This is the conclusion to the whole matter. Fear God, keep his commandments. This is man's all. That is what it's all about. It's all about Jesus. It's all about serving God. It's all about obeying his word. And at the end of the day, when we leave this earth, that's what we really want people to say. Hey, that was a God-fearing man. You know, they really lived that life. They really spoke the speech, but also obeyed the speech as well. And, you know, and so it's something very important. And so I really appreciate you talking to me today and hanging out today. It's been fun. And so I'm going to say this. My name's Marcus.
My name's Braxtyn.
I hope to see you one day at the Crosstown Church of Christ. See you later.